Good afternoon. My name is Alina Shevtsova. I'm an immigration attorney from Brooklyn, New York. In today's video, I would like to tell you about new health insurance plan for immigrant visa applicants just announced by President Trump. Starting from November 3rd, 2019, almost every applicant for an immigrant visa will have to demonstrate to the satisfaction of consul interviewing officer that he or she, the applicant, will have qualified insurance coverage within 30 days of entry into the United States. What is it coverage? Well, according to the proclamation, the announcement by the president, the coverage can be a qualified employment provided health plan, a plan by a family member. Basically, an applicant will have to show that his family member or her family member will be adding him or her to the plan that they currently hold. It can be Medicaid, but only if the applicant is under 18 years old. It can be also catastrophic coverage. It can be visitors health insurance plan that a person is purchasing actually in their home country, from what I understand. Or it can be money that the person can show that they will be able to cover their medical expenses with once they're in the United States. Of course, many will face difficulties with regard to this requirement, just because, for example, one cannot purchase health insurance from the health insurance that is provided by United States companies before he or she gets Social Security number. And often a person will not have Social Security number until they enter the United States. All right. So that's the main issue that I see with this proposal, for example. But what's happening otherwise? Who are these people actually who will be required to show? Because there are some people who will be exempt from this requirement. The way the proclamation is written, from what I understood from it, it's mostly going to affect spouses, adult sons and daughters of US citizens and permanent residents, children of lawful permanent residents, and for example, DV lottery winners, and those who were sponsored by their brothers and sisters. All right, so those are going to be the main categories of people who are going to be affected by this new proclamation. Why? Because in the United States, most employers are obligated to provide health insurance to their workers. It means that for those people who are subject to employment-based immigration, who are filing for an immigrant visa because they were sponsored by an employer, they should not have difficulty showing that they will have health coverage, right? Unless those people are self-sponsored individuals. Let's say a person with extraordinary abilities. In this case, the person is filing for him or herself, and they will not have most likely an employer. So they will have to think about how they will show health insurance coverage. Children of the United States citizens who are immigrating as immediate relatives will be exempt from this requirement. Also, returning residents, a person who is a green card holder but stayed, let's say, in their home country for a long period of time unexpectedly, can file for a green card again. Because what happens is that if a person overstays stays outside of the United States for too long, let's say for longer than a year, and they're a green card holder, they automatically, we can say, losing their status in many situations. Even that's not the case, because only the judge can take the status, but simply speaking, the consulate, if you have an expired green card, the consulate is not going to issue to you a travel document to board the plane. So you will need to apply for the returning resident visa. So if that's you. You will not have to show health insurance coverage, all right? Special immigrants will not have to show, excuse me, and refugees, asylees, also VAWA applicants, VAWA-based applicants also are exempt from demonstrating that they will have health insurance in the United States. So we're going to see how exactly this requirement is going to be implemented, because as I said, it's challenging to get health insurance from the United States if you don't have Social Security, and if your relative does not have a Social Security who's sponsoring you, does not have health insurance, the person who's sponsoring you, that person is using Medicaid, they will not be able to add you to the plan, because Medicaid plans will, in most cases, are not going to qualify you for this requirement. All right. One more thing. In the United States nowadays, to buy insurance, a person usually, unless it's provided to them by the employer, will have to go on a special website called Exchange, Health Exchange, and get the insurance. And very often, a person will be able to get that insurance at a discounted rate, subsidized so-called insurance. So this proclamation that President just made specifically states that a subsidized plan is not going to be allowed as acceptable medical coverage in this particular situation. It means that the person will have to show that they can pay the full amount for the health insurance. And in the United States, it can be very pricey. Depending on the age of the person, the health history, it can be pricey. It can be more than $1,000 per month for health insurance policy. And you can read more about the proclamation and this new requirement on our website, www.shevtsova.com. Thank you.